My name is Melissa Baird. I'm the project coordinator on the Linen Hall's newest exhibition and project, Changemakers, Student and Youth Activism in Northern Ireland. It's a project that has been, over the last few months, working with local student and youth groups, bringing them into the Linen Hall, showing them our archives of previous youth and student movements and asking them to reflect on those movements, and with the help of some very talented local artists, make their own protest posters, t-shirts, tote bags in response to what they found that are the most important issues to them today.
I'm Julie Andrews, I'm the director at the Linen Hall Library. The Linen Hall would like to thank the funders for this, Department of Foreign Affairs Reconciliation Fund, and we've been very lucky to be supported by them in the last number of years throughout projects throughout the island of Ireland and looking at projects that can promote peace and understanding. Well, really the idea behind this was that we thought we should look at student activism over the last number of decades, and it was interesting to see how some of the issues from the 1950s were actually the same as they are today, particularly with regard to housing. We also consulted with a number of groups to let them see what they thought the issues were and looking at our collections as well. So the groups that took part, this was their perceptions of student activism over the decades.
I'm Nicola Irvine. I'm an illustrator, animator based in Belfast. I have done activism work in the past. I think the participants took to it really well. I think because it was so important to them and they were so kind of passionate about it, I didn't help them that much. They had it already in their head. I just helped them kind of visualize it, just giving my knowledge on like doing the activism work in the past and what works to get a response.
So I have been volunteering with the Belfast YMCA for about a year or so. I'd previously been involved with them before, and there was an invitation for the group of young people that I work with to come in. So me, the youth leader, and some of the other people who were involved in the Youth and Government project that we ran came along to take part in the project. And because it's a cross-community project, we were looking at it and going, oh, okay, let's maybe look at the importance of cross-community, and then I kind of influenced it going, I'm interested in integrated education, maybe we could look at that. And then I invited Ariana along because she helps me do activist work for integrated education, being somebody who's actually experienced it because I haven't.
I find the exhibition process really nice. It's so wonderful to just see all the art being displayed together. It all matches up so well, and even though it's got different themes and different things being talked about in each piece, it all links back in the same way that it's all talking about something politically and it's talking about something that matters to somebody, and I think that's the most important part. It's rare to see youth voices being heard. It's nice to see that Belfast is taking something on, a project like this, where people can just come together and have their own say and be able to talk about the issues that matter to them.
This exhibition is very different for the Linen Hall in terms of this is a co-curated exhibition, so part of the exhibition is actually the materials that have been designed and produced by participants in our workshops, and we've integrated that in with our historical artefacts. So whenever you come to the exhibition, you'll see things from groups like the People's Democracy, who were a prominent student group in the 60s and 70s, and then talking about the housing crisis. And then you can come and see some of our posters that also talk about the housing crisis in Belfast, and that's in 2024.
It was interesting to see how different age groups, different backgrounds had different issues that were more pressing for them. The discussion was very laid back in the way that it was set. Everyone was just talking freely about what was important to them. I was surprised that young people were very open about talking about mental health and things that my age group would have been more taboo to speak about. I think what I've taken away is just knowledge on issues that are important to other people, things that I wouldn't have thought.
It's been very useful for people to use our artefacts as inspiration, I suppose, and make them think about what their issues currently are and comparing it to issues previously. Obviously we've been able to bring back our archives, and then the exhibition has been formed with co-creation, really people designing posters, tote bags, and just thinking about what the current issues are and being able to be creative around that and having a creative response to it.
The collaboration worked really, really well. I think with the local artists, it's really helped to push, especially the participants who maybe aren't as artistically inclined, to think of protest and of activism in artistic forms and really bring it back to basics. Some of the most prominent posters that you'll see here actually don't have a lot of graphics, but the most striking thing about them is the message that gets across in kind of the most basic artistic forms.
Working and collaborating with people on this kind of project has been really exciting to know that there's so many other passionate people that are so involved with youth activism now, and seeing the different things that need to be changed and how we're all kind of going for the same goal of a cohesive and forward-thinking society. However, that we still all need to have our part in playing it in different sections of what needs to get changed.
As an artist myself, I've seen the rise of arts being used politically in Belfast. I think Belfast is a really vibrant arts hub right now, and I just think that's such a big step forward, and I'm really, really happy to see art being used as a way to pivot those changes.